Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Train from our studios in Diego Martin. Well, it was a very, very hectic week, a busy week for sporting activities. They had cricket, they had football, they had swimming, they had cycling. All of that happened this week. So we were kept busy trying to keep you on Sports Train, on this train that we promised that was going to be coming all the way around this twin island state of Trinidad and Tobago. We have a very, very, very impressive lineup for you. I always tell you that our lineup is very, very impressive. And we have a special guest in the first man to make it as a boxer at the Olympics. I will not tell you his name, but I'll tell you his name. His name is Kurt Sinnett. That man is in the studio, and he will tell you about that journey that he had from Port of Spain to all the way to Atlanta, USA. It was a tough one, but Kurt Sinnett made it through. So before I hand over to my fellow host, Mr. Riza Basali, let us acknowledge our sponsors who've been very generous, very helpful, and very cooperative indeed. We have Blazers Sports Bar. These people, we say thank you so much for staying with us and for staying the course. And we go to Docks Engineering Works Limited. Well, like I said before, if you want to build a house, you contact Docks, and Docks will do it for you with minimum amount of money. He has it, he has a know-how, and Docks Engineering is the man. And then we go to our trivia segment. That trivia segment is sponsored by Royal's Publishing Company. They have decided that we must complete the show with a trivia question and answer. And they have decided to give you $300 if you can come up with the right answer for us this afternoon. And it's a cash incentive. And if you can get to your telephones, the number to call is 223-1601. Is that right, Riza? Riza, let me bring you in the conversation.
Oh, no. Definitely so, man. Last week we had a winner. In fact, in all the episodes we have had winners of our trivia question, courtesy Royal's Publishing Company Limited, located at McCoy Industrial Estate. But as you stated up front, Astel, you know, we have the technician in the house.
The technician,
Kurt Sinnett, first, of course, you remember Trinidadian to represent us at the Olympic Games in Atlanta 1996.
The first ever boxer, man.
Yes, man.
First ever.
We do have, of course, some items of the top we would like to discuss with you.
Exactly.
And Astel, let's start with this West Indies cricket. The first test that finished just about last week against South Africa. We lost by 87 runs, and I thought, you know, while it was close, did you expect the West Indies to even win the match or draw the match?
Well, I knew it was going to be a uphill task for the West Indies when you're up against South Africa, in South Africa, and against that quality fast bowling attack. I knew it was going to be tough. And once South Africa got past that healthy total, a very good first innings total, I must say, and they restrict us, they gain a lead, I knew we were coming from behind all the way. I knew it was going to be very, very hard, because every day that you play on a wicket, the wicket deteriorates, and the fast bowlers, well, they came to the fore, and West Indies fell short.
You know, one thing that sticks out on my mind, West Indies had 2.5 days to make 247 to win. They came back into the match by bowling out South Africa in the second innings for 116, courtesy Roach's 5 for 47. One man stood up, Astel, Blackwood with 79, and the rest just collapsed. And you mentioned about the strength of the South African attack, but certainly we need more type of players who could stick it out mentally or otherwise, other than Jermaine Blackwood.
Correct, because when you're talking, I listened to the post-match interview with Jermaine Blackwood, and he was saying that the batters needed to be a little more assertive, they needed a little more confident, they needed to look at the task ahead and go there and put heart and soul into it. Blood, sweat, and tears, because 247 is not a big total to get in 2.5 days, you said?
Yes, in 2.5 days. And what I want to point out quickly again is Brian Lara's there. Yeah. You know, he's the performance mentor in Zimbabwe and South Africa. It's not going to, Lara can't do that in 1 day to get through people's mind.
Exactly, and I mean, Blackwell said it all before, and like we mentioned before, West Indies batters, some of them they have technical deficiencies, and they need, and these things will not come overnight. These things, it's a slow turn, it's a slow process, and we are going to see some rewards coming in the other test series coming up when they come to the Caribbean against India. That's it.
That's it. And just to summarize the scores for you quickly, South Africa 342, Joseph 5 for 81, Makram 115, South Africa in the second innings 116, West Indies 212, Reefer 62, and 159 all out, Rabada 6 for 50. Rabada is not an easy bowler to deal with, still when he's on top of his game.
Yeah, he is quality, and then he has good support in Nokia, and the rest, there's a left arm seamer also. I saw him.
Yeah, Jansen, the 7-footer.
Yeah, 7-footer. I mean, these are not easy bowlers to really cope it on a wicket that is deteriorating and a wicket that is giving some help. And 247, when you're up against a quality fast bowling attack, it takes a quality batting team and a sensible approach and a bold and a daring approach to get that total.
Great man. Well, on the news recently just announced, Azim Basarat is unopposed for the post of second Vice President of Cricket West Indies, and that is not what you call a surprising announcement. But what do you think of this announcement, Astel? Second Vice President unopposed. The elections takes place on March the 25th. The incumbent, Mr. Skerritt, is not going up, but the Vice President, Dr. Shallow, is going up against Billy Heaven from Jamaica.
Well, I mean that tells me two things about the man Azim Basarat. It tells me that this man, that the rest of the Caribbean, they have absolute confidence in this man, and he has been in the vineyard working extremely hard for local cricket and regional cricket because he is a Caribbean man, and it tells me clearly that they have faith and confidence in Azim Basarat as the Vice President. That's why he's unopposed.
Something has just struck my mind when I was preparing these photos. There are 6 territorial boards, and if 3 go one way and 3 go the other way, in terms of the candidates, we have a tie.
Exactly.
So what happens?
Well,
it's a rhetorical question,
yes,
because I made some inquiries. The vote would be retaken within an hour.
Yes.
And then I think the next day or something like that. And then they go the next month.
Exactly.
If it is tied.
That's right. Yes, correct.
Well, you know, it's quite a conundrum, really, when you have to decide presidency or vice presidency by just next day or next hour.
Exactly. It's really tough. It's true.
Really tough. But Mr. Basarat says that his focus is cricket development and the under-23 age group within the Caribbean.
I mean, that is where you have to look at it. That's the nursery of West Indies cricket. I mean, the nursery goes a little way back, but the immediate focus has to be the under-23s because they will go on to the West Indies 18 and they will go on to the senior team. And they must make that quantum leap. They must make that leap. They must be able to bridge the gap to go on to play for the senior West Indies team and be quality players, quality fielders, quality batters.
Great, man, great. Well, let's now congratulate Karishma Ramharak, member of the West Indies team that just recently participated in the World Cup, which Australia won over South Africa. Karishma, of course, is his sister. Karishma, of course, is the sister of Mariah Ramarak of Sportsmax, and there she is. She was chosen in the final 11 of the World T20 tournament in terms of the best.
I mean, that's the
best of the 11.
That's a tremendous achievement because I mean, seeing that West Indies didn't do too well in the tournament itself, but her performances were looked at and they really impressed the panel who went about to select that World 11 team. And she is really on her way because once you get into that team, it tells you that you're a world-class player.
Yes, and I do have her performances out of the 5 matches that West Indies played. 1 for 18 against Pakistan, 2 for 14 against India, and 2 for 18 off Ireland, and that's within 4 overs.
Exactly. I mean, it shows that the girl has stamina, and she has the ability to spin the ball.
Yes, and well, I suppose her schools that she attended would be very proud of her. Tulsa Trace Hindu in Pinal, Irie High School in Siparia, and Astra Girls Tinapuna.
Exactly.
Well done, Karishma.
And not just her school, but the country itself.
And the country at large.
Trinidad and Tobago will be very, very, very proud because she's a Trinidadian.
Yes, of course. And then we had, well, the world equaling record of Joshua De Silva, Aston.
Yes.
I think that was one of, a fantastic achievement. Do we have Joshua there? I mean, I think we do have a photo of him.
I mean, this young man, I had the privilege to speak to this young man maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. And he has a fascinating story. This young man loves cricket. And I mean, when I spoke to the people at Queen's Park about him, they said, I mean, they were expecting him to go on to great heights, and he is stepping there. He's reaching there. He's a very humble young man. He understands what he wants, and he's very determined indeed. So, I mean, his achievement is no surprise to me.
So what was exactly the achievement? Well, Astel, as we know, there were 1, 2, 3, 4 wicket keepers before Joshua De Silva that captured 7 dismissals in an innings. And I'm sure you remember them. The last one was Ridley Jacobs.
Ridley Jacobs, yeah.
In 2000. Ian Smith from New Zealand in 1991. Bob Taylor from England,
yeah, Bob
in 1980 against India.
Good golf.
Wasim Barry from Pakistan against New Zealand in 1979. And I'm sure, I mean, those are well, I mean, recognized wicket keepers.
I mean, he is among a very, very distinguished bunch of keepers, and it shows that he is on his way to really excel as a keeper. But he has to keep keep himself fit, and he has to keep scoring the runs, doing what our keeper has to be done.
As you mentioned that before we take our first break, in 16 tests he has taken 57 catches, 4 stumpings. His batting average has just dipped below 30, but we have to congratulate the St. Mary's Boys College alumni.
Very much so, because I mean, this young man has shown that he has the ability to step up and to play Test cricket, to play at the highest level of the game in the region and internationally as well. All
right, so that's our snaps at the top. So let's take our first break, and when we come back, Rising Stars on IETV. Stay tuned.
Are you ready to own your own home, but worried about time, money, and construction? We handle it all. With Docs, you can sleep in your dream. Make a down payment of $100K or $150K, and we'll build a 2 or 3 bedroom home on your unused land. A home is an investment into your future, so let's help you invest wise, invest well. Payment plans available. We're only a call away.
Right, welcome back to Sports Train on IETV. So we now have our rising star, a youngster, 25-year-old, we could consider still young, at Chantel Simongal, a national footballer. She says...
national netballer.
Netballer, sorry. From Manzanilla, from what I understand.
Yes, correct.
Participated in the 2019 Under-21 World Championships netball in Botswana.
Correct, yes.
And this actually is tremendous stuff here by Chantel. And Astel, you had an interview with her?
Yes, I spoke with Chantel, and I must tell you, Chantel is from Manzanilla, a very nice place to go. I love going to Manzanilla because I live close around that area. And Chantel has a sister called Shanice. She has a sister who is also playing netball and also a national player. But Shanice is injured at this time, and Chantel is the one who I spoke with. Chantel has a very fascinating story. Very nice person indeed. Very nice personality, and one who is aiming to continue the good work that she's doing. So let's hear what Chantel has to say in this interview. welcome to Sports Train on IETV. And it's a privilege and an honor to speak with you, Chantel. Okay, let's go. First question. Chantel, how you got started playing netball? Because you have become a national player. Tell us exactly where it all started.
Well, I started playing netball in primary school at around age 11. And at that point, I joined the club, Manzanilla Netballers. And that is where it started for me.
Okay, so now tell me something, Chantel. I mean, you started in Manzanilla. How important was parental support? I mean, from your parents and your siblings to see you develop into the player that you have grown into?
I think it was very important for me. It is always nice to have that support and that motivation coming from inside your home, the people that you're familiar with, because it won't always be easy. So it's always important to have that support.
Chantel, I mean, you are from Manzanilla. I mean, what was it like when you got on the national team? I know your parents and your siblings and those close to you were very elated. But what's about the community? Were they happy that a girl from Manzanilla has made it to national level?
Oh, yes. Yes, there was. It was very exciting for them also.
Okay, now tell me, I understand that you have a sister, Shanice, who is also a national player. Is there a bit of rivalry between you two to see who can come out on top when you are playing at home or playing wherever during training sessions?
Yes, always. There's always that rivalry. I think that rivalry is very good for us because it keeps pushing us both to be the best that we could be.
Now, tell me something, Chantel. What's about, I mean, the best game that you have played in national colors?
The best game, that will be 2019 World Cup, Trinidad and Tobago versus England. I think that game was very good for myself because I achieved a lot of my personal goals in that game. So I'll have to say, yeah, that game, England versus Trinidad and Tobago.
What position do you play? Are you a versatile player, or do you stick to one position or a couple of positions? What do you play on the scheme of things?
I play wing attack, but sometimes I also play center, but mostly wing attack.
Wing attack. I mean, and do you enjoy playing wing attack?
Yes, I do.
Do you feel most comfortable?
Yes, I do. I enjoy playing wing attack.
No, tell me something. I understand that you play for the local club police netball club. I mean, what is it like playing for the arm of the law?
It's very nice playing for them. I enjoy playing with them. I enjoy being disciplined under the watch. I enjoy creating new bonds with new people from all over because persons from police come from all over Trinidad and Tobago, so I enjoy playing with them.
Do you have aspirations of becoming a WPC one day?
Yes, hopefully one day.
Yeah, I mean, that one day sounds a bit far. I mean, do you have apprehensions about it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, tell me something. What's your immediate plans? I mean, netball wise.
Right now, I'm preparing for the 2023 World Cup, and there is also CAC games this year. So right now, I'm preparing myself to try to make this team to go to CAC games and then the netball World Cup in July.
I understand that your sister is nursing an injury. She's injured? Is she anxious to get fully fit to be a part of that contingent when the team is selected?
Yes, sir. Right now she is currently in rehab, trying to prepare herself to get back into the game.
All right. So my final question, Chantel, where you see this? How long you think you have more to at national level to be competitive and to be as active and as proactive as you are?
I'm not sure of God's plans, but I hope that I will have a few more years inside to do my best and to create a name for myself.
Okay, Chantel, I mean, seeing that we thank you so much for being on Sports Train on IETV. So welcome back, and sports fans, you heard it from a national netballer, Chantel Simongal. She made the journey all the way from Mountain to the national team, and she's currently preparing to go on to continue her journey for the World Cup and other regional and international matches. She also has a sister who she's injured at this time, but she's working hard in rehab to get back to be fit enough to be on that national team when that team is selected to begin their international journey. So at this time, you heard from her. I hand you over to my fellow host, Reza.
Well done, Chantel. We wish you certainly on the best of your career. So we have now great moments in West Indian cricket. Now, Astel, just about 1 year ago, of course, we to February the 5th of March today, but on February 27th last year, the great Sunny Ramadan, legendary spinner, passed away at the age of 92. So we have this clip just quickly summarizing Sunny's career, and then we'll show you some very, what you call, rare photos that you probably would have never seen. Let's run this clip on Sunny Ramadan.
Cricket West Indies describes Sunny Ramadan as an outstanding match winner who formed a famous partnership with left-arm spinner Al Valentine throughout their careers. They were the crucial part of the team which led West Indies to a famous 3-1 series win against England in 1950. Ramadan had the remarkable match figures of 11 wickets for 152 runs in a historic win at Lord's, West Indies' first Test match win in England. Cricket West Indies President Ricky Skerritt said, "On behalf of Cricket West Indies, I want to express our deepest sympathy to the family and friends of Sunny Ramadan, one of the great pioneers of West Indies cricket. Mr. Ramadan made an impact from the moment he first stepped onto the field of world cricket. Many stories are told of his tremendous feats on the 1950 tour when he combined with Al Valentine to form cricket's spin twins as West Indies conquered England away from home for the first time. This iconic tour is part of our rich cricket legacy, which was pioneered by Mr. Ramadan and others of his generation. His English exploits was celebrated in a famous calypso and is still remembered more than 70 years later. Today, we salute Sunny Ramadan for his outstanding contribution to West Indies cricket." End quote. Ramadan was born in Trinidad on May 1st, 1929. He made his Test debut against England at Old Trafford in 1950 in the team alongside the legendary 3 Ws, Sir Frank Worrell, Sir Everton Weekes and Sir Clyde Walcott. He played 43 Test matches and took 158 wickets at an average of 28.98 each. His best bowling figures were 7 for 49 against England at Edgbaston in 1957. Overall, he played 184 first-class matches and captured 758 wickets at 20.24 each.
The legendary Sunny Ramadan, originally from St. Charles Village, where he was born, down by Princess Tongside, but he grew up in Esperance Village. Now, we have some rare and exclusive photos. Now, what happened before you see these photos? The son of Sunny Ramadan came down here early November last year, and we met him, we interviewed him, and these photos are certainly exclusive. Let's have a look. First, oh, there's the legend Astil Wren is with Sunny Ramadan's son and Craig Ramadan at the Queen's Park Oval, and Nigel Camacho, president of Queen's Park.
Exactly, yeah.
Astil, you're right there with the legends?
I forgot about that photo. I mean, here am I at the Queen's Park Oval with a giant of a man,
yes,
of 2 men.
Yes, next photo. Oh, that's Nigel Camacho receiving a present, a portrait of Sunny Ramadan from the son of the legend himself.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes.
Good photo indeed.
It's lovely. And that's me down there in the original pitch down there at Palmy's Park.
Oh!
That's Craig on the left,
Craig on
Steve
the left.
Sinarine, a
Yes.
member of the family, on the middle, And I don't think, I think I'm trying to take a picture of the pitch. The original picture, you see the outline?
Oh, that is big.
Yeah, right there in Palmy's Park.
Palmy's Park.
Yes, man.
In Palmy's Park,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
That's where it all started.
That's where the son, he's looking at the pitch where his dad started.
Exactly.
Let's go again. And that Astel is where, I mean, it's 15 Papuri Road.
Oh.
I mean, the house, or the wooden house is not there again, but that's the plot of land.
I see.
Where Sonny Ramadan grew up.
I mean, exclusive, man. Exclusive pictures.
That's his son right there, the mid-60s.
Yes.
Very nice fella, lives in England.
Yes.
Go ahead. And that's the statue. I think that was, I mean, built in honor of Sonny sometime in 2004, I may be mistaken.
I see.
You know, it's right there in Palmy's Park.
Palmy's Park.
So Craig is on the right, of course.
Yeah.
I'm on the left.
And this is cricket history.
It is.
For all
it is.
the youngsters, all the sporting buffs, all those who think that they know about sport, go down to Palmy's Park and check out this statue.
Well said. Go
Excellent.
ahead. And that's Sonny Ramadan's foster mother. I think that was about back in 2000. The same pitch.
Yeah.
Same pitch. You see the outline in the background.
Exactly. Yeah.
Her name was Sumintra Rock.
Sumintra Rock.
Yes.
Exactly.
Go ahead. And that's Ralph Narayan, the late Justice of Peel, I believe.
Yes.
I mean, he took care of Sonny Ramadan when Sonny went to England in 1950 for his first tour.
Exactly.
Yes, the late Justice Ralph Narayan.
Yes.
Let's go again. And that's Dr. Sami, Alan Sami, Chairman of the Penal Davy Corporation, Steve Sinner in the middle. And that's Craig. That's the urn they're holding. You see there?
Yes.
You know, and the ashes of Sonny Ramadan was dispersed down there in Mosquito Creek.
Correct.
Let's have a quick look at that video. Do we have it?
Yes.
Watch this, Astel, if we have the video.
All right.
Craig just finished dispersing the ashes.
The ashes, yeah.
Well, that's not the full ashes.
Right.
Because that's part of it, because some of it was dispersed in England.
I see.
Yes.
But
still, these are rare photos.
Well, exclusive, man. I mean, rare photos. And I must add that the story that we saw there was done by my good friend, Wayne Cunningham.
Yes. Okay, great, man.
My good friend, Wayne Cunningham. So, Wayne, well done. So, good story indeed.
Well done, well done.
And those photos and what we saw there is history. History for
we
all.
could do an entire program on Sonny Ramadan.
Exactly.
You know, first man of East Indian heritage to play for the West Indies in Test cricket. May your soul rest in peace, Sonny. All right, so let's go quickly to our sports trivia, Astel.
Exactly.
All right, courtesy Royad's Publishing Company Limited. All roads in education lead to Royad's Publishing Company with books designed for both primary and secondary schools. Parents, students, and teachers are welcome at RPC, McCoy Industrial Estate, number 7A, 645-0423. So let's open the lines. Can we see the picture there, fellas, director?
Right.
Who is this athlete, Astel?
Yes, I mean, okay, I think I got it. I think I got it, but I mean, I wanted to call in, but I'm on set, so I cannot call in.
For $300?
Yeah, the 300 smackers, man. So, viewers, please call in and win yourself some money, man. You could go and buy something tomorrow.
2008 gold Beijing Olympics 4x100 relay.
True.
2008 silver.
And I will tell you a story about this young man.
Yeah.
He went to the same primary school as Arthur Bolan in Port of Spain, and on Marvel Road. And Arthur Bolan paid a visit to the school, and when Arthur was about to leave after speaking with the children, Arthur said that he wants to pass on the speeding crown, his title, to someone in the school. And this young man came forward, and Arthur literally handed him the crown. You know, and he, from that time, he took over the mantle of sprinting in Trinidad and Tobago. So I give you a big hint.
5-time national champion, personal best 9.82 at the 2014 TNT National Championships. Do you know that 9.82, I believe, is in the top 10 of the best 100 meters finish?
Yes, it should be. Yes, because I mean, there are fellas who went lower than that, but he was one of the top one in that top.
We'll just have a minute again because we want to make room for our special guest.
Yes, so
223-1601, $300, courtesy Royad's.
Yes. It can be yours. Once you call in and properly identify this man, this young man who made us proud.
QRC old boy?
Yeah. QRC old boy, yeah.
Coached by, I'm sure you know this guy, Ashwin Creed.
Ashwin Creed. Actually, we saw Ashwin Creed last Saturday at this on St. Mary's grounds. He was there with. They had a huge gathering down there, which we went and do some work down there. You remember that? The National Intercall Nostalgia Fiesta. Well, Ashwin Creed was at that function. And
well, I think we're going to cut it off function right now, Astel. The last couple of times we got calls. I mean, that was just after we took the break.
Yes, correct.
But this time we're out of time. But apparently the $300 is safe now.
I see. It is very safe. Will that be rolling over to next week?
Well, I mean, the same $300. Hopefully it can be.
Okay.
Because we have had no winners now. All right, so let's take our final break and let's get our special guest inside. The technician is inside the house.
Exactly, the technician, the man who
Kurt
Sinnett. We talk to him and hear his story.
Stay tuned to IETV.
Are you ready to own your own home, but worried about time, money, and construction? We handle it all. With Docs, you can sleep in your dream. Make a down payment of $100K or $150K, and we'll build a 2 or 3 bedroom home on your unused land. A home is an investment into your future, so let's help you invest wise, invest well. Payment plans available. We're only a call away.
My name is Riza Abasali.
My name is Astil Ren. This is Sports Train. Get on board. Join us every Sunday afternoon for a 1 hour long live program on ITV, your station for real sports.
That's victory for the West Indies, and Sheldon Cottrell has done it.
And we have some interesting features, such as
Great moments in West Indian cricket. Rising stars.
Where are they now? Our former sporting icons. Sports Train on IETV. Don't miss it.
1 2 1 2. You hearing me?
Are you ready to own your own home, but worried about time, money, and construction? We handle it all. With Docs, you can sleep in your dream. Make a down payment of $100K or $150K, and we'll build a 2 or 3 bedroom home on your unused land.
Hello, good afternoon.
Investment into your future, so let's help you invest wise.
The technician is in the house.
Payment plans available.
Right.
We're only a call away.
My name is Riza Abasali.
My name is Astil Ren. This is Sports Train. Get on board. Join us every Sunday afternoon for a 1 hour long live program on ITV, your station for real sports.
That's victory for the West Indies, and Sheldon Cottrell has done it.
And we have some interesting features, such as
Great moments in West Indian cricket. Rising stars.
Where are they now? Our former sporting icons. Sports Train on IETV. Don't miss it. welcome back to Sports Train. And before we go to our special guest, we have to pay homage to our sponsors, Blazer Sports Bar. We say thank you so much for being a part of this program and being very supportive and very kind. And then we say to our second sponsor, Docks Engineering Works Limited. Like I said before at the top of the program, if you want your house to be built and built in a very speedy time and a costly time with a budget, check out Docks Engineering Works Limited. And then our special trivia segment that was sponsored by Royals Publishing Company Limited. They are the ones who made sure that we have enough cash to pay you for answering the questions, which you did not do on this occasion. Maybe next week you will do that. So we say thank you, all three of you, for being a part of Sports Train. And now I go over now to the man who is in the house, the technician, the man who the first boxer from this country to make it to any Olympic Games. Reza, compliment the man out there.
Well, I mean, I have to shake the man's hand. I know he don't have a glove on him now.
Yes.
But I mean, we see some stuff here.
Yes, I mean, and the man walked with the gloves, man. Yes, yes. He walks not with the gloves that he spent time at Atlanta with, but these are boxing gloves that Kurt Sinnott loves dearly. That's his life.
Welcome to IETV. I mean, it's a pleasure to see you, man.
Thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to be here on IETV having this discussion with you all.
Great, man. Tell us, I mean, this word technician, where did that come from?
Well, the technician came about because of the way I technically box and would actually demolish my opponents. Technically.
No, it all started you from over.
Yeah, from
all right. You went to St. Dominic's RC School, then over Laventil.
Yes.
But that boxing, I mean, title, how did that boxing, I mean, bit you? Where did it come from? You were telling us off at your home, but develop that for us.
Well, what would have transpired at that time, at that tender age of 13, a guy by the name of Stanley Hoyt,
right,
who actually was involved in boxing, came up in Pelican Extension, better known, which is Holt Lane, with two pair of gloves, and decided to put it on the young men, which I was part of, which I was one of. And we started to box, and he was quite impressed with an unnatural ability that I was able to demolish some of these young men who, at the point in time. So he asked me if I would have liked to come into the sweet science we call boxing.
Yeah.
Within that kind of excitement, I said, well, yes, I would like to commentate, and that's where it all started.
Still, that's where it started.
I mean, it all started there, and then you literally ran through the ranks.
Yes.
I mean, you dominated local boxing, and you got onto the national team.
Yes.
Where you also continue that journey. Tell us about that journey.
Well, that journey, I ended up winning 4 as a national boxer. I've been an 8-time national champion, as you all know. The journey, back in those days, they would have Mervyn Peniston, Anthony Joseph, one they called Donkey Boy. They were some fighters in those days. I admire how they fight, and the will to fight. I watched them in their training session. They are also when they spar. So I sort of wanted to be like these individuals, understanding the work that it entails to reach the top.
Did you start? You were light middleweight. That's the group.
I fight at light middleweight.
Did you start off that?
No, I used to fight at junior welter.
Right.
I started at 139 pounds.
You grew.
Yeah, and I grew into being a super middleweight.
But I mean, Kurt, you mentioned local fighters, but you must have had your eyes on the guys at the international level, the guys who were well known at that time. I say, well, I want to be like him. I would like to one day become like him. Who had your eyes on?
Well, the Hitman Hearns.
Tommy
Hitman Hearns was really and truly the boxer internationally that I would have loved to pattern. Yeah, I think he was one of the best out of the 4, I would say.
Yes.
That's my preference. That would have been the Shiguera Leonard, Roberto Duran, the Marvin Hagler. and hit my wounds.
So your boxing style was patterned after these guys.
That's right.
I mean, develop that boxing style for us. So what really, how does that make your opponent, I mean, fearful of you?
Well, actually, what I does is that because of my height and my slim build, my jab is important. The jab is important because the jab is what creates all the rest of the punches to come after. So my jab was I will keep you out there at the point in time, so bother you, blind your eyes with the jab, and then connect you with the power hand, which is my right hand.
The right hand.
Okay. Cook, you picked up a silver medal at the Pan American Championships. I mean, tell us about that in Argentina.
Well, our fourth, it was not silver, it was a bronze.
A bronze, yes. Okay.
Some books say silver, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, some books do say
yes.
Yes, but glad to correct it. Yes.
Yeah, that I fought, I can't remember exactly, but it was someone in the Spanish countries I fought, and then I fought Brazil, and I beat Brazil, and I advanced into the medal round.
I see.
Advanced into the medal round, but I was a bit injured coming out of that match, but I still went into the match, so I could not have continued into the second match. So I ended up winning a bronze there at that point. I was injured.
I see. Okay. I mean, exactly. I mean, that, I mean, but tell us about your progress after, because I mean, having been injured, you overcome that and you continue on your quest because you were looking at the Olympic Games.
Yes, that was always my biggest dream, to go into the Olympic Games. And what would have happened in 19 after winning that Pan Am bronze, I continued my career by coming, and I also went into the CSE Games. I won a bronze. That most likely would have been in 1994. So what I did, I continued to progress in the sport, having my coaches. We would have been taking fights from internationally to prepare me. After that, it was a bit tough, to be honest with you all, going forward to trying to preparation on the whole was a bit tough because we don't have the finance that was required to actually reach the Olympic Games. So I trained to, at one time that was under the former, that would have been under the ANR, no, the ANR Robinson, no, not ANR, that would have been when they bought in, what went on, they bought in Cuban coach.
Yes, I remember that coach.
His name would have been Pachico.
Yes, I remember.
And I started to train under him. Right in Trinidad, all the preparation took place for me to qualify for the 1996 Olympics.
Okay, 1996 Olympics. But where was the last qualification about before you realized? Because I heard when you after that tournament, when you knew you qualified, it was a crescendo of celebration, man.
Yes, well, I qualified in Canada.
Winnipeg, Canada.
Winnipeg, Canada. It was, to be honest with you, I should have won the qualifiers, but I came in second. I fought a guy by the name of Sean Blacks out of Canada, who his parents is also Caribbean, from Jamaica.
I see.
But he is a Canadian fighting for Canada. I lost him in the final, but both gold and silver would have qualified. Well, when that qualification had taken place, wow, it was just a joy. It was tears of joy for me because it would have been an event that I wanted to take part in bad, honestly. It was a great event.
It was a dream come true for you.
Yeah.
And I mean, but Kirk, I mean, the type of energy and the type of dedication that you put out, I mean, to get there, I mean, you must have told yourself it was worth it.
Yes, it was worth it, especially at a tender age, coming into the game of boxing.
What was that?
At a tender age, coming into the game of boxing, my mother played a very important role in my development in the art form, in the street science, because of she actually gave me that support that included my brothers, she would attend every fight that I would be participating in, and she's now deceased, but she played a key role in my continuation in the boxing.
Oh yeah, I mean, because we just heard from Chantel, our rising star, how keen and important parental support is, and here you are emphasizing and reinforcing to our viewers how important it is that parents support their children in their respective sporting disciplines. Risa?
Well, excellent. I mean, we always have that parental backup and foundation for us to move forward. But Kurt, you know, just I reading your story, and you know, you were a victim, quote unquote, of several close decisions in your career. That 1994 Commonwealth Games in Victoria, Canada, you lost a close decision. In 1994, you came fourth, and then in the Atlanta round, a guy from Ethiopia, correct? You lost 10-11. How did that, I mean, affect you?
What went on?
Yes.
What I recognize in the boxing world is that recognition of countries would have played a very important role in a country advancing into the next round. Because even it's about sometime in this week, I was speaking to someone and they told me that I saw your fight.
Yeah.
And you won that fight, and I don't know how it is you lose. But I said, well, I felt the same way too. But at the point in time, I would say that because of the country recognition, I don't think anyone would have really and truly know anything about the Trinidad and Tobago in boxing, amateur boxing. Okay, so that's how I felt at that point in time.
Oh, great. Astel, we have a video. Yes, you mentioned.
Yeah, we have a video of Sinat fighting at the Woodbrook Youth Facility against his arch rival called Maki. But before we go to that, because I mean, he raised a very important point there, recognition of country.
Yeah.
But you know, the great Roy Jones suffered the same fate as you did.
Yeah.
But during the Atlanta Olympics, what happened? Because I heard your opponent, after the fight, he apologized to you. Well, I mean,
no,
those moments, sir.
No, that was not the Atlanta Olympics. That was the qualification for the 2000 Olympic.
Oh.
That would have been in Argentina.
Oh, yes. And that would have taken you to
Australia. I fought, that would have taken me to Australia. I fought Mexico.
Yeah.
So the Mexican guy told me at the end of the day, he said, I thought you had won the fight. And he was not even because of the damage that was done in my fight, he could not have advanced into the next round. So the next opponent got that bye into the final and qualified.
But Cook, I mean, how you felt? I mean,
I was very
when your opponent came. I mean, he told you that. I mean, you must have said, well, this is the end of the road for me, because I mean, the judges, I put in the work, and the judges see it a different way.
Well, yes, I said to myself that it's possible I need to knock them out to get the situation. But if the knockout don't come, but at the end of the day, if the opponent himself, and I felt that I won the fight, but I would say that again, the country, seeing that they are not really and truly known in this field. Back then, in the sport of boxing, I think they could have taken that sort of advantage on us.
I see. And I want to relive that Atlanta experience, because I know, I mean, that's a special part of your life.
Yes.
I mean, when you thought, well, here you are, the first fighter from Trinidad and Tobago to make it to the Olympic Games. I mean, when you realize that you're stepping into the ring for the very first time, for your first bout, how do you feel when you climb through those ropes to really go out and face your opponent, having made the journey from Port of Spain to Atlanta? Tell us about this.
Well, I could remember my journey to that ring and seeing the amount of people in that arena. I felt as though I felt cool and I have to win. I have to win. So in that step, when I stepped into the ring and the fight started, everything just went away from it. Because at every fight, I would tell anyone, you will have a sort of tense feeling at every competitive event. But what will you do? But you have to know to balance the scale and don't allow that tenseness to overcome what you need to go and do.
I see.
So at the end of the day, from the time the bell rang and I started to use my hand, everything left. Everything of fear or anything. I just know that I'm in this ring fighting for Trinidad and Tobago.
Because, I mean, fast forward a little now. I mean, you have your career as an amateur. You came to an end. You went on to the pro ranks, and I think we have a video of you in the pro ranks now. I mean,
yes.
But just to recap your amateur record. At how many fights? 70 fights.
70 fights, 55 wins, 15 losses.
Very impressive. Indeed.
Very impressive.
Very impressive.
Which one stands out for you, or which one of those fights stand out?
Yeah. Which one of those fights, I mean, from all the...
To be honest with you, I have many fights that stand out.
Right.
And I could hardly really ever choose, because one of my my energy is that, or I see things that I don't mind having a tough fight, but I have to win. I love having tough fights, but I have to win.
I see.
That is the sort of attitude that I go into the ring with.
Tell us about your professional. I mean, having left the amateur ranks and you went into the pro ranks. Did you have the same aspirations that one day that you win a world title?
Yes. Yes, that was my intention, was to go, as I entered into the professional, that to me is a new journey that I'm about to start in my boxing career, which is the professional rank. I end up now having 23 wins, I think, with 3 losses. 20 wins. I had a 80 or 89% knockout record. Knockout, yes. What would have happened in my boxing career is that in my final fight, I would say, I was doing well. I won the WBA, the Trinidad and Tobago national title. I won the WBC light heavyweight title. I won the WBA Latin American title, and I was rated number 10 in the world in the super midweight title.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Indeed. I mean, you thought that your career, that you could have gone on a little longer as a pro fighter?
What would have happened what would have taken place in one of my fights that would have ended up being the last fight is that my shoulder came out. I used to work at TSTT at that time, and what would have happened is that while working, and I would come out, I was a technician, I would be toting the ladder. So wear and tear on the shoulder. So while in the ring, I think actually my shoulder came out in the ring. And when I saw that took place in the 3rd round, and I continued to fight until the 9th round. And the referee think that my hand was fading more and more, so it's only fair that that he stopped the fight, so that I would not get hurt. And after that, I just stopped boxing, and I'm now coaching.
Oh, I see. Because that brings us now to the now question. What are you doing now?
Yes, I'm coaching. I also have been working with East Port of Spain Development Company. We have been doing very good work with some of the youths in bringing training boxers. And what would have happened there is that we have some youths that would have never even stepped past the White House.
I see.
And they are now representing Trinidad and Tobago as ambassadors who are now boxing Caribbean champions, who have now fought in the Pan Am Junior Games. These are youth coming out of these so-called depressed communities who are doing well.
I see. Because I know Cecil Ford is doing human service down in the South, and you are there. But boxing isn't as vibrant as it used to be. I mean, and you all are in the vineyard trying to bring that to bring out the talent. I mean, what again do you have to do?
Well, support is needed. Support is needed, as you know, for sport all around. Support is needed for sports all around, and so I know Cecil Ford, the president of the association, is doing a very good job. We also have, and we will also have to, the professional board. I think they need to redirect their focus on how, and not just being, I would say, they are implementers of how it should be run and things, but they should now be part of the promoting part of it as well.
Oh, correct. Yes. So your focus now is on the nursery of trying to be able to get the youngsters to prepare them to get into the amateur ranks and to produce more cooks in it.
Yes, I think sports and culture, but sports have a big part to play in the development of any any person in life. It's not just academics. We need to balance the scale, and due to my international experience that I've seen out there, I've seen sport has played a key role in the development of the human.
For sure.
And what's about, I mean, seeing that you've been moving around and looking at the talent, you think their future looks bright?
Yes, we have some wonderful boxers that will do well if given that support.
I see.
I think one of the reasons we does not, to be honest with you, I feel very sorry for what's happening with sports in this country, to be honest with you. I think if we really and truly understand the power of sports and culture, and we really direct it in the right direction, we do much more better.
I see.
And I think the crime, even some of the crime rate that we have today,
for sure,
would lessen down.
Because I must ask you this question because it is all in the news. I mean, your political aspirations, are you still on that trail? Because I mean, that is where decisions are made, and,
yes, I agree.
And you're trying to be part of that decision making.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, I'm still in the political arena as the Congress and People political lead, acting political leader for now, and my aspiration is really and truly to reach in government, so that I can really and truly help and assist the people.
I see, and I mean, and not just help the people, but your forte is boxing.
Yes.
Is looking at boxing indeed, and so and what's about the other part? I mean, Cecil is on south. You are here. What's about the other? What's about the professional ranks? I mean, we are hardly hearing about fighters. We hear about pro fighters, fight promotions. So what is happening, Kurt?
Well, this is where we have a professional boxing board. I think that they need to just be on the board there and no activities taking place. At the end of the day, if I was there, I would be concerned. I will actually go and find out why it is that we are not having professional fight, because I am a board member. So that is on their side. I'm at this present time dealing with the amateurs. I'm the national under 19 amateur coach, and I will be now. We are now heading right under the government, the Ministry of Sport. We are now heading. I'm now going to be one of the coaches in the Sawa Secondary School.
I see. Oh, so at least this is not the first time that they are attempting to take boxing to the schools, because that is where you have a lot of bright people.
Yes.
Well, we getting the note from our director that we are about time is out, but Kurt, quickly, it's been a pleasure having you here. Your quick message, 10 seconds to the youth of the nation.
Yeah, correct.
What I would like to say is that not just the youth of the nation, I would like the authorities to ensure that they create opportunities and make opportunities much more easier for the youth of the nation. And parents, try your best to be on board with your children as they develop going forward.
Excellent.
That's an excellent way to end our program for this Sunday. I mean, parents, support your children in whatever sporting discipline they are participating in. So, my name is S01EP11.
I'm Riza Basali.
You're on Sports Train.
Get on board. See you next time.